Hey, welcome to Fud Life, where we like wood and steel guns and fishing in john boats.
Hey, welcome back. Today's video is on the Browning A-Bolt 25 Super Short Magnum. It's one of those what's the point rounds. Uh, as I said in my first video, this is kind of a part two, I guess. But in the first video, this was my brother's rifle, and I picked it up from his widow. All right, so take two. I just had a tour of new members at the rifle club here. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The loading for a dead cartridge. It's I think it's fun. I mean, this ain't for everybody, but this thing is definitely what's the point type of cartridge. I guess one of the things about it is it makes a compact rifle. The thing's super small and handy to carry in the woods and stuff like that. I never planned to take this hunting. It's a right-handed action, and I use a semi-auto or a left-handed action when I go hunting. So this is a range toy for me. And if you watched my first video on this gun, you'll know that it was my brother's gun too, and it kind of reminds me of him when I take it out and shoot it. But it is fun to shoot, and the recoil's light on it. And who couldn't love a Browning rifle? I mean, they're freaking beautiful. Fantastic shooters. I've put about 6 rounds or 8 rounds down range here, and it's doing well. This is my latest loading. Being a year in, this is probably, I haven't had the rifle out that much. I've had it out maybe 4 or 5 times, but this is 100 grain Nosler ballistic tip, and I got 43 grains, 43.5, 44, and 44.5 of IMR 4350 powder. It seems to work well, but so far, looking down range, the rounds are right next to each other, exactly what you want. And being that this is a range toy, that's about all it's going to do. So I got the Bushnell Match Pro scope on it, and it's a great scope. Now, I don't know how well it would hold up in competition or if you were hunting with it, but it's super clear, and it seems to hold zero pretty well. So what more can you ask for? Back to the dead cartridge thing. One of the things about the WSSM line was the necks are real thick on the cases, and they split. So I had one split the other day while loading it, not after firing it. So I went ahead and ordered another 200 cases because it is starting to get tough to find these. And I plan on keeping this. If I tried to sell it, I wouldn't get anything for it. Nobody wants a dead round, and it's for reloaders only. But it is fun to me, and if you like to reload, then this kind of stuff is fun. So crazy as it may be. But anyway, we'll put a few more rounds down range, and we'll take a look at the target. I put my ear probe back in. They just had a big tour come through here of new members for the range, which is great. That's great. The more people, the merrier. It seems like a lot of the times when I'm here by myself, and that's cool with me. But it takes members to keep things like this running, and they have quite a few competitions here as well in the summertime. And I'm not a competition guy. I compete with myself, but it is good for the shooting sports to have places like this, to have competitions and whatnot. Oops, there goes the microphone. My microphone broke, so I'm kind of stuffing it in my hat here. Hopefully, the sound quality isn't too terrible. So I'm just like barely holding on to the rifle here, trying to get a great trigger squeeze. and that was a shitty one, but it did land right next to the last one. When you're an old guy, it's hard to hold the shit steady. So that's why I got this thing. It's not a terrible group. It's not a great group, but so now I'm going to move up. Supposedly, from what I read, the pressure spikes pretty quickly in this round, so they say to only go up half a grain increments. So these are half a grain apart, and this is 44 grains. Again, that 4350. That one's off the paper. My point of impact changes as I mess with this round. So I'm going to have to adjust my scope some. The boss can edit this stuff out. This is a mil radian scope, so I'm not really accustomed to using mil radians, but that's the hot ticket these days. So I'm going to set the microphone on the bench here and hope for the best. I keep dropping it. I hate adjusting my scope when I'm going for groups, but it was going off the paper, so let's try it again. I don't see it. Wow. Well, I totally screwed the pooch with my scope now. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and fix it. Alright, well, I burned up the rest of my round straightening out my scope, but it's zeroed now. So I hate doing that with a bunch of test rounds, but hey, I got more powder, I got more bullets, so we'll just have a do-over. Lock all that in place. And you know, every time you change bullet weights, you're gonna change your point of impact. So, and my point of impact shifted off the paper there eventually. So, anyway, I'm gonna run down and grab the targets, and I'll take a quick picture of what the results were. They weren't great for what I got, but you know, that's why they call it development, because I'm gonna keep developing.
All right, so here was the first group, and these were the lightest powder. I was 43 grains of powder on those. That's not great at all. For this rifle, it should do way better than that. This is at 100 yards also. So the second group was here, and then this one was when my scope went haywire. The first shot was off the paper, and then I screwed the scope up and ended up down here. So at that point, I shot this target, fixing the scope, coming back down. So this was my last shot, and I was, this was the last shot, and I was out of ammunition. It was, I was getting there, but I ran out of bullets. This was the second batch of rounds that I shot before I lost track of the scope. Anyway, it was 43.5 grains. So that's where I'll start next time and go from there. Okay, if you like the content in today's video, please remember to like and subscribe. Have a good afternoon.